Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of A Viking Creates. In these art tutorials, I'll be showing you guys different types of artwork that you can do at home. Art's a great way to fight boredom and help maintain some sanity during these crazy times. And if you like what I'm doing here, be sure to subscribe to the Patreon at www.patreon.com/avikingcreates. For our first episode, I'll be showing you guys how to do some wood burning using a simple $20 Amazon wood burning tool and this disc of wood that I got off there for $4. It's a very cheap, cost-effective art form to do. I'm also going to show you how to transfer this design, given the circumstances. I thought was pretty appropriate, using tattoo transfer paper and speed stick deodorant. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, so for the first step, we're going to transfer the design onto the tattoo paper. This is the same paper that they use for transferring designs onto skin for tattooing purposes, but can also be used for transferring designs onto wood. The way the tattoo paper works is that you've got this translucent oversheet and then a sheet below that is just pretty much ink that when you trace over this design will actually transfer the ink onto this paper that you'll then use to transfer the design onto the wood. I've gone ahead and taped everything down here, that way nothing moves during the tracing process. So all we're going to do is go around the outside of all the letters and around the outside of the state, just with a simple ballpoint pen to transfer the ink onto this paper here. You don't really need to go in and trace through all the color here, because you'll be doing that with your wood burning tool. Alright, so we've traced our design, and I want to show you how that looks on the tattoo paper before we cut it out. So to show you how the ink transfers over, it came out pretty good. Some things didn't come through as heavily, and I probably should have pressed a little harder, but that's okay. This is just meant to be a guideline. So what we're going to do next is we're going to cut out this top piece of paper, because that's what we use to transfer the design to the wood. And you can save the rest of it, it's reusable. So just kind of cut around the sides here. It doesn't have to be perfect, just because the only thing that's going to transfer is the ink that's on this page. Let me clean it up just a hair. Alright, now that we've got that, we can set the other piece off to the side. We won't need it for now. And we've got our piece of wood. Figured out where we wanted the design at, and we're going to take the speed stick deodorant and just kind of treat that whole area. This is what will take the ink from that paper and put it onto the wood. And it doesn't hurt that it kind of smells nice too. So you just want to roll it all over the entire piece of wood. Any area that you want the design transferred to, you're going to need to see it on there. Alright, it looks like we've got pretty good coverage with it. Just going to go over it a few more times here. And then you're going to take your design, figure out the placement that you want it, which for this we're going to shoot kind of right in the center. It worked out pretty good. I made the design about the same size as the piece of wood. And so you're going to place it on there. And you're going to press it down pretty good. You want to make sure that that paper gets good and flat on there to really let the ink kind of seep into the wood. And we'll give it a few minutes and we'll come back and we'll start the burning. Alright, now we've let the tattoo paper sit on there for a little while. Let's see how the design turned out and how well that transferred. Not mad at that one bit. That turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Alright, now that we've got that ready, we're going to go ahead and preheat our wood burning tool. The one that I've got, it's got a variable settings for heat based on what you're burning, as you can see from the little knob there. For the most part, I always go with the max heat. You can always dial it back. One of the things that took me a while to learn with this is that you're not so much trying to carve with the wood burning tool as you are just kind of letting it guide itself there, and you'll see what I mean. The other thing is, you'll notice as you go, at least with the wood burning tool I'm using, after a little bit it starts to lose heat. So I'll do a few strokes and a few lines of whatever I'm working on, and then I'll let it sit and warm up for a bit. And it only takes maybe a couple seconds in between strokes to do that. Alright, let's get burning. And there you have it. Really happy with the finished product on this. It turned out really well. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at A Viking Creates. And if you're feeling generous, go to the Patreon at patreon.com/A Viking Creates. Be sure to tune in next time for another tutorial. Thanks!